That's why I hate eBay. But now Poshmark has turned into eBay because they are scheming off the top, okay? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I have a ship with me. Now I know y'all been missing them, so I thought I'd pop up and give y'all one. Now of course it wouldn't be a ship with me video if I didn't forget something, and I forgot all of my priority packaging, so I am down to all of my good old regular poly mailer. So if you're watching this video at any point you are saying, why is she not using priority mail with her Poshmark orders? It's because I forgot it at my storage unit. So anyways, let's just jump into the numbers. So first, it's going to be 2 sales from Poshmark that sold this morning that I just added into the little ship with me because I just want to show you guys what ended up selling, but they are not in my numbers. All right, so my gross profit is $962.62. My net profit is $815.94. My total sales was 29. I did have 1 bundle on Poshmark, which was a viewer. Hey girl, hey. So the breakdown is actually 12 eBay sales, 10 Poshmark sales, 4 Depop sales, and 3 Mercari sales. So let's just jump in. So I'm actually gonna start from the highest to the lowest. So we're gonna start on eBay first. And the first one is actually this All Saints Men corduroy button-down shirt. I actually recently found this at the bins, I wanna say like last month, and this one sold fairly quickly, which is an ideal time of an item selling, which is under a month. I love picking up All Saints. I have like 100% sell-through rate with the brand, so every time I see it, I go ahead and pick it up. This one had a few factors going into it. It was a like a neutral color. It was corduroy. It was All Saints, and it was a size large. So with all those factors, I priced it, I want to say like closer to $40 because I wanted about $30 for it, and I did get that. So we love that one. All right, so this one sold for $33.12, which was an offer that I sent them. I do have my offers capped on eBay to 15%, so I send a blanket 15% off offer to everybody that I have liked my items. Typically I try to wait for the next day or just like at random times, but anyway, so this one sold for $33.12. I did pay $1.43 for this, so I made a profit of $26.29 after fees and cost of goods. The next one actually also sold fairly quickly, but this one sold within like maybe 2-3 days. This is a Vince sweater. I have recently found this one at the bins, and I was pretty shocked because I'm like, why is this a crop top? Why is it a sweater and it's crop top? So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna use the word ballet core because that one fits perfectly for any type of, like crop tops, tie fronts, anything like that. So this one had a lot of factors. The fact that it was Vince, 100% cashmere, hot pink, now it's a tie front. It was just like, too good to pass up. So I went on and got it. Now this one was priced at about like $42, and this one sold for $33.99. I did pay $1.41 for it, and I made a profit of $27 like flat, which is kind of interesting. All right, so the next one also sold fairly quickly. It is Alfred Dunner. What I am noticing, because this is my, I want to say 3rd time picking up this brand, I probably need to stick to larger sizes. Granted, I did price all of them like closer to $20 because I feel like Alfred Dunner is a vintage brand, or like a grandma brand, so not a lot of people that are like younger is looking out for it unless it's style based. So with this one selling as quickly as it did, it just lets me know I need to source styles that are larger than a size small or medium, because the other 2 pieces that I have, they haven't moved yet. And this one sold really quick, like I want to say within a day of me listing it. This one sold for $19.54, which was an offer that I sent them. I did also source this with the Vince sweater, so my cost of goods was $1.41, and I made a profit of $14.33 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this one was a set that I picked up earlier this year. I think I initially was gonna list it separately, but then I had noticed that it was flaws on them, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and list them together and price them low, and I did. These were picked up, like I said, at the beginning of the year, and at that time the bin still was going off of weight, so of course, I grabbed these. I didn't have any intentions of selling them together, but the fact that it is, you know, one was flawed and I just felt like the other one wouldn't stand on its own, so I priced them together. I am much more pickier when it comes to these types of pieces. I do pick up quite a few, like, don't get me wrong, I still pick them up. I bet them just a little bit more. Like, everything doesn't have to come home. But yeah, so this is a cute little bundle. And this one actually was pretty disappointing. I dropped the price so many times. Since it, you know, took this long to sell, the price have went down drastically. Because I think I initially started it off at about like $29, because I wanted about 25. But like I said, the price just kept getting lower and lower, and this one eventually sold for $18.67. Was also an offer sent to likers. I did pay $2.30 for it, which was $1.15 per piece. So I made a profit of $13.01 after fees and cost of goods. So these are a pair of men Prada pants. These are not convertible, actually. When I picked these up, I was like, oh, I'm excited to find Prada, because Prada just used to be one of those girls, okay? But this one did have a few flaws to it, so I had to be realistic with my pricing. And I feel like Prada has definitely fallen off. You have to get real specific with what you pick up, and you need to know the style. So then you can put that in the title, which will help it sell a lot quicker. And I ended up sitting on this one, I want to say, for maybe about 4 to 5 months. So yeah, and this one was like a little bit of a larger size. I still pick up Prada. I do vet it, and I try to make sure that I am sticking to a good size, men and women's, because I feel like larger size women's Prada does better. And yeah, I don't know, I honestly pick it up again, I'll be honest. This was over my full asking price of $28.98. I did pay 29 cents for it, and I made a profit of $25.49. I think that 29 cents, so I remember one day in like July, which when I looked at my books, I noticed that this was in July. The cashier, I had told her that my Hulken is 4 pounds, and she actually just rung me up for 4 pounds. So that's why my cost of goods is low. I do have some items still left from that one, and I'm so happy that, you know, she gave me a good little deal. I don't think it was intentional, but she just wasn't quick on her feet. All right, so these are some American Eagle pants. These are kind of like some faux leather pants, and they were new with tags. With those two factors, I was just like, okay, this was a good pickup. The size is very tiny. We're talking like a size 0. But the fact that it was new with tags and it was faux leather, and we are going into, you know, fall, or we're technically in fall, faux leather is actually like a decent thing that some people are looking for. I actually have another faux leather piece in here. So faux leather, what else is it? Like corduroy, and then like velvet and velour are literally the top, you know, fabrics you should be looking for during this time. But anyways, so those two factors is the reason why I went on and you know, picked these up. And I did get them from the bins. This one sold for 15% off, and it sold for $33.13, and I did pay $1.41, so this is new as well, and I made a profit of $27.16 after fees and cost of goods. This is Ralph Lauren. These are some silk like trouser pants. I want to say earlier this year, probably like around March, I was picking up a lot of Ralph Lauren like work trousers, more so like the, what is it, wool. And I noticed that they were selling, so when I started seeing silk, I started picking them up as well. And then I, you know, noticed that they, you know, was selling, but they weren't selling for as much as the wool pants were. So I kind of slowed down. But this one had a few factors. It was Ralph Lauren, which is a bread and butter of mine. I literally just made it a bread and butter of mine this year because it flips for me, and we absolutely love that. But I vet each piece. I used to in the beginning just pick up any and everything, but now I actually vet the exact item. I make sure that we either got a good fabric content or a really good size. But this one did take a while to sell. But this one sold for my full asking price of $23.97. I'm sure I probably dropped the price. This one was plus size, so I'm sure I probably started this like around $32.99. wasn't getting any hits, so I dropped it to 24 and then dropped it to 23. But yeah, so this one I did pay 98 cents for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $18.82 after fees and cost of goods. Like I was telling y'all before, I feel like when it comes to silk, it's more of a secondary. So that one was a plus size, and the secondary was the fact that it was silk. So yeah, just a few things I look out for. So this one is a piece that I actually just sourced last week. This one is called Sally's. By the time y'all see this video, it's been maybe like 2 weeks. But this one, I was really happy with the comps when I looked them up. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky enough to put mine on a cute little dress form, because the one that I saw just like this one was on a dress form and it looked so nice. But they still saw the vision, thank God. And I priced this one at $60, $59.99. Y'all know, try to do the good pricing. And I sent out offers and they accepted it. So this one sold for $50.99. This one, I'm really happy that I even, you know, took it home, because typically pieces like this, I don't know if they're like cosplaying a different race, and I didn't want to offend anybody, so that's why I was like, let me just look up the brand. And the brand was doing pretty well, so I think that was the only reason why I went on and you know, grabbed it. And the comps were decent as well. But this one ended up selling for the $51. I did pay $1.41 for it, which y'all know I just got this. And I did make a profit of $41.47 after fees and cost of goods. I don't know what's going on with eBay's math, but the math don't seem like it's mathing. This was a new to me brand. It's called Maison du Jour. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's just this really pretty floral tank top. I listed this, I want to say like super early, like probably like at the end of winter time. So we didn't even make it to spring and I listed this. I was able to find a stock photo, so it was sold at Anthropologie, but it just took forever to sell. Like this one was listed what, like at the end of February, March, and it just now sold. So I'll probably pick it up again. I guess since this was a tank top, it just wasn't, you know, pulling anybody in. It did get attention. I think the brand is a good brand, but this was just too basic for some people. So and I think I probably brought the price down, so I probably had it closer to $30 just because this is a good brand. And honestly, wintertime, I really wasn't pricing my items that well, so it probably was just too high. But this one ended up selling for $19.97, and I paid $1.15 for it at the outlet, and I made a profit of $15.20 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a Sigrid Olsen 100% silk maxi skirt. I'll be honest with y'all, I was testing the waters because this particular day I actually found not only this silk skirt, but I also found a silk dress from Sigrid Olsen. Now I typically only picked up the you know, the linen pieces from Sigrid Olsen, and it would always flip for me, so I was like, you know what, let me try a different fabric content. And this one took a little while to sell because I know I picked this up probably early spring. But this person that purchased it is actually from, I guess, overseas, because it's an international sale. So pretty happy with this one. And I think the other factor as to why I picked this one up is it was a size 12. So if this had been any other size, I don't think I would have grabbed it. Especially because it was nothing like else going on for it except it was a silk piece. It wasn't like a floral design. It was too plain. So pieces like this, you need like 2 factors before you take it home. But this one sold for my full asking price of $28.98. I did pay $1.26 for it, and I made a profit of $23.19 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a Free People midi dress. I feel like I recently sourced this within like the past couple of weeks. Like I told y'all before, Free People is a bread and butter for me. I find it so much at my Goodwill outlet, and I love picking it up. I have not given up on this brand because it still performs for me. I've gotten very realistic with the amount that I price it at. I don't overprice it, and I think that's why I'm able to sell it quicker. It always sells between, depending on what it is, because y'all know, I just sold a pair of, well, I sold 2 different pairs of pants. One for $50, the other one was for $55. So I say if you come across it, definitely just look into the style. Since I am shopping at the bins, I'm able to have a lot more wiggle room, and I'm able to kind of like chance items. And I feel like this was at the very least gonna sell for $20. So as long as an item can flip for $20, I'm gonna take it home. And if I, you know, like it a little bit. Some pieces, if I'm not drawn to them, I kind of don't care for them. But yeah, this was a easy flip. This one sold for $33.98. I did pay $1.40 for it, and I made a profit of $27.34 after fees and cost of goods. All right, and then the last piece that sold on eBay is this Crown and Ivy like sweater vest. This one, for some reason, I think like earlier this year, I was picking up Crown and Ivy because I was kind of like testing out the brand because I wanted to make it a bread and butter of mine. And then I soon realized that this is definitely not going to be a bread and butter. This one doesn't go for a lot, this particular brand. So even if you are super specific with what you pick up, it's still a hit or miss. I feel like every piece that I've been able to pick up from this brand have all sold for under $15. So I have realized that this is definitely not a brand for me. I think I have one more item left from this brand, and unless it's cashmere, it's a no-go. Like, I picked up a plus size dress and I'm like, oh, this is gonna do great. Do you think it did great? Absolutely not. So yeah, definitely won't be oh, what am I doing? Dabbling with this brand anymore, because it's a disappointment. And I don't really like having sales like this one. These are the sales that I have steered clear of, which ones that are selling for under, you know, 20 bucks. And that's even after the offer has been sent. So I clearly must have dropped the price on this because I wanted to get rid of it, because I didn't want to sit around for it, because I'm sure I got this last year. So this one sold for $12.70. I paid $1 for it, and I only made a profit of $6.85 after fees and cost of goods. I'll be honest with y'all, the math just really don't seem like it's mathing. And I even had to go and look at the numbers again, because I'm just kind of like, why is there so much money missing? That's why I hate eBay. But now Poshmark has turned into eBay because they are scheming off the top. Okay, all right, so moving on to Poshmark. The next one is this 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊 blouse. I was lucky enough to find like 3 pieces from this brand the same day, and I was really happy about it because this is, or was, a Bolo brand. I'm not sure how it's doing now. It's, you know, it's just another brand. But this was just a plain top. It was a size large, so that really excited me. But I think I had this price at like $38. I wanted about $30 for it, but they sent me a $25 offer, and I thought that was reasonable, so I accepted it. And I did pay $1.40 for it, and I made a profit of $19.66 after fees and cost of goods. All right, the next one is this Nike SB top. This one actually sold fairly quickly. For some reason, I've noticed that I am able to sell my Nike SB pieces pretty quickly. And I've only really picked up their t-shirts, and of course they don't sell for much, but they do sell. This one was a flannel, and I felt like with that alone it would help sell it going into the fall. So this one did sell for my full asking price of $25, and I did pay 87 cents for it, and I made a profit of $20.20 after fees and cost of goods. I definitely don't pick up a lot of Nike pieces that I come across, but I think from here on out, I'm going to look into the Nike SB pieces because they clearly have a following. This one is an Evereve top. I heard about this brand from Jack, and I just knew like I hit, you know, the jackpot. And I've had this since the year started. So I don't know, maybe it's the style. The style is a little ugly to me. Subjective. Style is subjective. But yeah, so this one ended up selling. It was new with tags. It was, you know, $70 brand new, and I only sold it for $25. But that's fine. I did pay $1.53 for it, and I made a profit of $19.48 after fees and cost of goods. This is a Hannah Anderson pajama set. It is an adult set. I did say I was going to hold on to this if it didn't sell, but clearly it didn't sold in October, so whatever. But I remember picking this up in my very first like ship and shop video, so that was pretty exciting. I did go ahead and list it in September, so it was a pretty quick turnaround. I definitely would pick it up again. I did slow down with picking up, you know, the kids brands, but this one was just like, oh, too good to leave behind. And this is my first time picking up a piece that wasn't a kid's item in Hannah Anderson, because for some reason I only thought Matilda Jane was the one that, you know, made little girls clothes and then also women's clothes, but clearly Hannah Anderson does as well. Probably more of like a matching pajama set with your children. Probably need to get on there and look as well. But yeah, so this one sold for $30. That was the price point that I actually wanted it to sell for, so I was pretty much in that you know, window. Probably could have got more, but you already know I don't like to be greedy, so yeah. But I did pay $1.44 for these, so I guess it's half and half, so $2.88. I didn't do the math on it, so there's that. But I guess we just take $1 and some change off, so I did make a profit of about $23, which is not bad at all. This is a men's cricket polo shirt. I actually just sourced this. Y'all probably saw it in a recent video. I, for some reason, really wanted to get about $30 for this one, just because it was a little bit more substantial. It was a size large and it was long sleeve. However, you already know that Poshmark changed its fee structure, and I was just a bit hesitant on losing the sale because I still want to make, like, you know, my normal sales over there. So I went on and accepted it, even though I didn't get the 30 that I wanted, but that's fine. It's only like $4 difference. But this one sold for $25. I did pay 87 cents for it, and I made a profit of $20.10 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this is a Cowgirl Justice like button-down dress. I feel like I just hauled this one. This one was a style-based pickup, and I knew that I was going to be able to sell it with a whole bunch of keywords. So, of course, I went on and, you know, picked it up. It was like a faux suede, pearl snap, long sleeve. So I kind of envisioned somebody wearing boots with it and like a cowgirl hat, or cowboy hat, excuse me. So I was just like, yeah, this is definitely going to be a good piece. I didn't know it was going to sell this quickly, so we love that. So this one sold for $28, and since I don't have anything written down, that lets me know that this is one of the items that I pulled this morning. So like I said, this one is not included in today's like wrap up, just because it sold this morning, so I don't want to, you know, put it close to the items that actually sold over the weekend. This is a Victoria's Secret vintage 90s 100% silk slip dress. These go for a lot. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I had came across a hanger with a whole bunch of these like twisted up, and I ended up untwisting them. I was very, very patient, and I untwisted them, and I think I had about like 6 dresses, and then like 3 like, you know, what are they called, like duster cardigans. And I ended up, you know, putting the cardigans with the dresses, and then I remember bundling 2 of them because they were just plain, so I bundled them. And this one is the last one to sell, so I did price this one higher. I remember watching a Kaylee Elaine video, because I had this one priced a little bit lower. I think I have this priced at like $75, and then Kaylee Elaine had put out a video, and she was talking about Victoria's Secret maxi slip dresses, if they're vintage, if they're silk. So I said, you know what, let me go in there and edit mine. So I went and priced mine at like $130. And yeah, I think it must have been relisted, and that's why they came in and accepted the offer that I sent them, which was $108. This was the other piece that was not included in like the wrap up, but included in like the clip or the thumbnail. So these 2 items, I included the amount in the thumbnail just to kind of get a little razzle dazzle, you know. But yeah, so this one sold for $108. It was a Ben's pickup, so it was a really good sale there. I don't think I'm gonna package this one on camera, just because I need to put it in a box. So yeah, I don't think this is gonna fit. Yeah, but anyways, I'll show y'all. This is a Banana Republic men's like wool jacket. I actually listed this in the spring. I think I just missed the window of winter time, but I picked that one up, and I was pretty happy with it. It was a plus size, it was a man's one, so I just knew that I'd get a decent amount. So I did price it kind of high. And I priced it at $48, and it actually sold for $48. I paid $1.10 for it, and I made a profit of $41.35 after fees and cost of goods. This next one is actually a bundle from one of my viewers. Hey girl, hey. These are a pair of Derek Lamb 10 Crosby like kick, you know, wide leg pants. And this is an 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊 moth sweater. This one does have wear to it. For some reason, when I remember picking it up, I said, oh, I'll just sweater shave it. And then I sweater shaved it and nothing came up. So I said, oh, that sucks. So I definitely, you know, try to make sure that I put it in the description as well as show a photo of it, because, you know, you can't tell, but it's still very visible. So I just wanted to be forthcoming. But it's a really cute sweater. That's probably why I was just like, oh, I'm gonna pick this up anyways, and I'll just deal with it. Because I'll be honest with y'all, like, I've definitely stopped picking up items that I have to like tend to, because I don't want to tend to items. If I can't throw it in the wash and then be done with it, then it does not need to come home with me. So yeah, this was a pretty good little bundle. She sent me a very reasonable offer, and you already know, when the offer is reasonable, I will accept it. If the offer is, you know, playing in my face, instant decline. Anything over 50% off, I automatically decline it, just so people already know what time it is. I do understand people keep saying, you know, when you instantly decline, you're messing with like the algorithm. So then Poshmark is going to be like, oh, they're not accepting offers right now, so we won't send them anymore. I don't believe it. Y'all can, but I don't believe it. If you have good items, your items will sell. And I have good items, and my items are gonna sell. So I have no problem with declining those disrespectful offers. And they can actually just go find it somewhere else for the price point that they want. Anyways, this one sold for $46. I did pay $2.73 for it, and I made a profit of $37.97 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this one is that sweater that y'all saw in a haul. The brand is called Tiara Internationals. I picked this one up because y'all already know it's like more muted. So y'all already know most Christmas sweaters are just so loud and vibrant. This one just looks so cute and just like, you know, muted and casual. So I say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. And it was no flaws to it, so that made it even better. I hate coming across a really pretty Christmas sweater and I ended up having to leave it behind because it's flawed. But I think maybe one of my viewers actually purchased this just because this one was getting attention. But the day that I put out the video that this item was in, I noticed that it sold within like an hour of me listing it. So I think that, you know, somebody went and snatched it up. Uh-oh, I'm running out of tape. Oh boy, let me make it through. But yeah, this was a pretty good flip. I try not to price this one that high because I did want it to move. I think I typically sell all of my sweaters, my Christmas sweaters, before the year ends. So that's always exciting. I think I have one vintage sweater. It's like with these Scottish dogs on them that just refuse to sell. So probably need to drop the price or something. But anyways, this one sold for $34. They sent me a very, very modest offer. That's why I say they must have been a viewer, because I think I had it priced at $38. They just sent me a $4 off offer, and I'm like, you are amazing. But I did pay $1.28 for this, and I made a profit of $28.14 after fees and cost of goods. Okay. All right, so these are some Free People jeans. These are skinny. They do have like this frayed hem to it. I'll be honest, I think I must have picked these up many months ago. I've tried to steer clear of like smaller sizes, especially if they are skinny, and this is like a skinny jean. But I'm actually happy that it sold. I didn't price it high. Typically any item that I have priced at like $28, I want $20 for it. So I priced it at a reasonable one. But my bot actually sent them an offer of $22 and they accepted it. I completely turned off my like discounted shipping on Poshmark. I want to say like in in August when they finally gave us the option to. I just turned it off because I'm just like, if I don't have to do it, then I'm not, you know. And I've made, you know, the same amount of sales, if not more. So I don't think that it really even made a difference, because I truly think that the buyer never even really paid attention to it. But yeah, so these actually sold for $22. I paid $1 for them, and I made a profit of $17.23 after fees and cost of goods. All right, and the last thing to sell on Poshmark is actually the Spanx Asset. I believe this is like a faux leather pant. I was pretty disappointed with this price point, just because these typically go, well, they used to anyways, go for a decent amount. But since this is a, you know, not so much a bolo anymore, I have to be realistic. So when I received the offer, I went on and accepted it, because $25 is still very reasonable, especially because this is Assets, which is like a sub line of Spanx. But I do have like another one left, unfortunately. So if I can get another $25 offer, I would in fact accept that. So yeah, but this one sold for $25. I did pay $1.08 for it. This one was a plus size, and I think that's why I was more enticed to pick it up. But like I said, I paid $1.08 for it, and I made a profit of $20.07 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so we are moving on to, where are we? Depop, because Depop has 4 sales. The first one is actually this Ralph Lauren sport wool sweater. I recently sourced this one as well, and it sold very quickly. I didn't think it was gonna sell this quickly. I know I remember saying I wanted to get a good amount for it, but comps just wasn't there. Comps was, you know, saying that the most is gonna be $30. So I tried to price it in that sweet spot, and they sent me a very modest offer, and I accepted it. The offer was $25.60, and I accepted that, and I paid $1.41 for it, and made a profit of $22.60 after fees and cost of goods. This one got a lot of attention on it. It's a plus size skirt. It is vintage. I think just because this one was, excuse me, like dark romantic, like whimsy goth, fairy core. It had all of the factors to it, and you already know I put all of those keywords in my listing. And yeah, I think this one got picked up on Depop because a lot of people just kept coming and sending me offers. This had to have like a good 10 to 12 offers on it, and they were all the price point that I said I was going to get on it, which was $22. But I was receiving like $20 offers as well. I also accepted those. Nobody bought it, and then this person came in and sent me a $22 offer. I accepted that one, and I did pay $1.21 for it, and made a profit of $19.28 after fees and cost of goods. All right, and then we have this one. This one's the most exciting sale from this video. It is like a duster kimono situation. The brand is called 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊. I was pretty shocked with this one. I initially picked it up and threw it in my Hulking because I'm like, okay, this looks really nice. And I think I can stuff it with keywords. And then when I got home and I did some, you know, comp research on it, I had noticed that somebody had sold theirs for over, I want to say like $200 on Etsy. So I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. So then I looked more into it on, what was it, on eBay, and I noticed that the prices were pretty high. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna price mine high. So I priced it at $150 because I was looking to get about a good $100 for it. And this one did get a few likes on it on Depop, and this person just came in and bought it for my full asking price. So I'm super excited about that. And honestly, I would love to find this again because this was a really good bins flip. Like, these are the type of items I wish I could find, because nobody at the bins is looking for something like this. They're looking for, you know, the bolo brands and stuff. This is definitely more of a bolo style. And I do remember a specific word that I remember taking from the listing that sold for over $200, and it was like an opera coat. So I used that, and I think that one definitely helped. This is going to Austin. How funny. Oh wait, wrong one. Whew, that would have been bad. So this one is actually going to Pittsburgh. This one sold for $150. I did pay $1.20 for it and made a profit of $143 after fees and cost of goods. Right. And then the last thing to sell on Depop was this cute little what is this? A maxi skirt. It is animal print. For some reason, I actually went back and forth on this at the bins, but I was just like, you know what, let me just go ahead and get it. They say that this is a neutral now. Animal print is considered a neutral, so I said I'm gonna just grab it. And this was sold fairly quickly. Like, I just listed this last week, and it sold. Again, I priced all of my skirts at $28 unless they warrant a little bit more. So I received a $22 offer, and I accepted this one, and it, you know, so she literally sent me the offer, I accepted it, and she paid within like minutes. So I was just like, whoa, this is new to me. This doesn't happen on Depop. If you are a seller on Depop, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this was a pretty, you know, good turnaround as well. So this one is the one that is going to Austin. She said she was trying to wear it this weekend, so it definitely should get to her on time. But yeah, so this one sold for $22. I paid $1.21 for it, and I made a profit of $19.12 after fees and cost of goods. All right, and then our last little sales on Mercari. This is a Kate Spade dress. I actually sold this on Poshmark, and she made a complaint and shipped it back, and I just relisted it. It did sell for $10 under what it sold for initially, but the caveat here is with it selling on Mercari, there are no fees on Mercari. So technically I made the exact same amount from this item versus it selling on Poshmark, because y'all know at the time anyways, Poshmark took 20%. So I made $40 then, I made $40 now. But yeah, so this one sold for $40, and since I've already paid for the item when it sold the first time, I don't consider it on this one, so I made a $40 profit on that one. These are a pair of Abercrombie and Fitch plus size pants. I'll be honest with y'all, like, plus size jeans just do not perform for me, so I have stopped picking them up. I feel like it's a certain size, maybe like around a 20, that it's better to stop at, because anything over that is just going to be hard to move. I've had these for a while. I want to say like springtime, and they finally sold, so I don't know. She sent me an offer of $34, and of course I accepted it because I thought that was reasonable since I did get it from the bin. So yeah, I don't know. I want to say I'll pick it up again just because it sold for $34, but I don't know, you know, I don't know. So it sold for $34, and I did pay $1.35 for it, and I made a profit of $32.65 after fees and cost of goods. All right, and then the last one on Mercari is this puffer from 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂. This one, they sent me a comment asking could I do 25, and then I told them to just send me an offer because I knew that it wasn't going to send a $25 offer. I think I had it priced at $32 because I really wanted to get about $25 for it, the least amount. Because I think the first one that I had, that one was like a plus size. So I knew that that one was going to go for a lot more than this one, but still want to get a good amount. This is a pretty quick flip too. So if y'all see these 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 puffers, I would 1000% suggest you picking it up because they sell, I want to say within maybe like days of you listing it. So this is a pretty quick turnaround. But this one sold for $26, and I did pay $1.37 for it, and I made a profit of $24.63 after fees and cost of goods. And yeah, I don't know if any other companies do as well, but I knew this one I was gonna definitely test out again because the first one did so well. So we are 2 for 2 with the 𝕃𝕂 puffers. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. Please go ahead and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if y'all missed these videos, because I will really try my hardest to try to do them a little bit more often and try to put them in the rotation. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.